Okay. There we go. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. They think, okay. They think, okay. Oh, there's Shumi now. Awesome! I'm fine. I'm fine, I'm real, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. We're back. We are back. This is fine. My bitrate did not shit itself and die. We are okay. We're fine, guys, I promise. We are okay. I promise. We're okay. Twitch.tv/memeswitch is okay. Don't think about it too hard. We are fine. Anywho, web fishing, am I right, guys? Real fishing. Eating horrible, creepy pastas in the web fishing. There we go! Stream updated successfully! Yeah! We're A-okay, boys. Woo! It says I'm at 0 viewers. Did you guys all just fucking leave? Did all of y'all literally just leave? Does it think I'm offline still? Leave. Oh. It's just broken. I hear. Oh, it's just broken. Twitch is really mad at me right now. It won't even give me a viewer count. The viewer count button broke. Oh, you're back. Okay. Yeah, no, okay, it just says I went live again. Better than having a really bad delay. Okay, we're fine. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're okay. More or less. We're fine. We got this. We are effectively cooking. I'm not. BRB. Alright, let's leave Toontown, baby. Oh, we can do a double display capture. That's fun. Yeah, let's do a double display capture. Let's have 2 of them. 2 display captures. Yeah. Woo! So web fishing. If you guys do not know what web fishing is, it's $5. It's really cool. It's basically like, it's like fishing in Toontown, but the chat isn't whitelist only. It's also fun. Video me jump! Ay, Dios mío. Fine. You wench. Okay. Windowed. I'm gonna mute that. That's an amazing video. That's crazy, dude. Y'all didn't get to see it out of spite. I did that intentionally. I did it to out of spite. Yeah, that is a crazy video. I just watched it. No! Yes. Hi. Let's just make it 12 for now. Boom. We're web fishing, boys. So for those who do not know what web fishing is, it's $5 on Steam. Very fun. Very awesome. Very cool. Sans Undertale is here. Ignore him. He will not judge you for your sins. He does not know what you have done. He's intentional part of game design. Basically you can fish. You got fish, You've got, manta rays. You got an aquarium over here. It's a lot like Animal Crossing. It's a lot like Animal Crossing. Like, this is my aquarium. I put a manta ray in there. He's a silly goober. He's a very silly manta ray. Oh, Darius is here. Oh. Did I sell the massive one? I think I did. Dang. That sucks. Alright, I'll just put this guy back in the aquarium. There we go. But yeah, this is fishing. This is web fishing. My goal today was to go set up a little area and just tell horror stories, like really shitty creepypastas, you know? What's the meow button? Oh, there's a kiss button. I could have sworn there's like a meow hotkey. I could be wrong. I could be complete. There they are! Woo! Hi! Hi, hi! You can hold C to emote. You can meow. You can be a funny feline. Yoink. It's very cool. You can open your inventory, and you can customize your character. There's a lot of customization, like, right off the bat. I'm gonna give Dyrus a small loan of $1 million, though. Let's see. Yeah. This is a golden manta ray. He's very silly. Puppy! Oh my god, puppy. Dear GG men, I have your money. Talk soon. Meme switch. There you go. You can sell that for money. That'll get you started out a bit. You can go into this little hub area here. Is this the place where they read copy? Yes, this is the place where we read creepypastas to play web fishing, Fatseal. So true. There's also this cool possum lady. She sells you drip. Like, stink lines and the shiny particles. A lot of cool stuff. Web fishing! Yo, Lihuge is playing web fishing. He doesn't even know. You also buy guitars and stuff, too. You can play stuff in here. It's really cool. I didn't even know I had that. There's a lot of cool titles and stuff, too. There's chalk. Yeah, web fishing! Web fishing! There's chalk you can draw. Hold on. Oh, God. GG man. Oh, Dyrus is getting dripped out. Hold on. Let me draw my funny little goober. Look at how happy they are. Oh, it's raining. Micah would be ecstatic to see the rain. Lihuge. Look at me. Giving a thumbs up. Yeah. That's a thumbs up in my eyes. Web fishing! Web fishing! Woohoo! Yippee! Hi. You have to hold the C button, yeah. You got it. You got it. Very fun. Okay. Yeah, I'm sitting. I am sitting. I have been... we're now sitting here. We're web fishing, boys. Hold on. This music is not appropriate. Can I place my custom camp in here? You can. Not. Oh my god, you can! That's so cool, you can. The possum lady sells eyeballs if you're interested. My cat's trying to eat my rice. I need to throw him out. No! Cats are allowed to eat rice. My cat eats rice and she's okay. My cat eats rice and she's really good at that. Oh, hi. There we go. My cat's really good at eating rice, actually. Nope, Darius is schmoving. They're fishing! Let's all go web fishing! Actually, what do I need left in my collection? Saltwater. I need a saltwater fish. I need to get saltwater. I need saltwater. I need a whale. Okay. I need to get a whale still. Where can I get a whale around here? Oh, the ocean! There's whales in the ocean! I just realized there's probably whales in the ocean. Time to go fishing in the ocean, boys! Woo! Web fishing! I got this. One of these days a whale will show up. I think. Maybe. We'll find out. Maybe, maybe not. It depends. Oh, we got some. Not a whale, I can tell you that. Definitely not a whale. Yeah. Oh, a marlin. Something, something marlin. Congrats on the marlin. Oh, a 16. Could be good. Something, something marlin. Exactly. Marlin. I just realized I'm hungry. I desire goldfish now. But yeah, this is web fishing basically. You fish and see, look, Darius is now rank 2. They already love this game. This is awesome. Ooh. Money! Chair. Chair. Deploy the tactical fishing chair. There we go. Tactical fishing chair. Woohoo! Let me change the music up a bit. Oh, I can't because it's on the wrong monitor. Okay. Let me change that to windowed. I need to... Web fishing's got some weird full screen stuff going on. Stop. Alrighty. Let's get some a little sillier on. That'll do. Can you lend me some money? Praying emoji. Perchance. What do Vine friends need? Ooh, what'd I get? Ooh, what'd I get? What do you need money for, Fatsuil? Flounder! Oh, I got a coin bag. Oh yeah. Got on the roof. Oh lord. They already broke something. Oh no. Classic Eliza move, just showing up and just transcending time and space, you know? Oh. We're chilling over here. We're having fun. We're having so much fun, actually. Hey there. Stingray! You can fish in the chairs, baby! Web fishing. I need about 21 grand VS. What does that even mean? What currency even is that, Fat Seal? What? Fat Seal, what currency is that? Seriously. The one time I need a basic fish, I'm getting a 1 star. Well, it's supposed to be a whale too. Oh. Marlin! Woo! Something Marlin, baby. You know what, Fatso, if you can explain what currency that is, I might be able to help you out. Maybe. Venezuela. You are not in Venezuela, ever. No. Fatso, you are not in Venezuela. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to acknowledge that you would be in Venezuela. Nuh-uh. That's your Venezuelan queen! Yeah. Now this is the real life. Yeah. Now this is the real life, baby. Something table. And how does that make you feel, table? Yeah, there we are. Now that's the life. That's real fishing. Table fishing. Woo! Table fishing. Fatsu, where are you being held hostage in Venezuela? Please elaborate. That's bad. Every day I spend here, another one of my nails goes missing. That's bad. That's very bad, Fatsu. I want to get that checked out, bud. Sounds kind of dangerous, honestly. Sounds like it could be kind of bad for you. No, Dyrus is just fishing. Yeah, maybe just stop leaving your nails so people can take them, genius. Come on. That'd probably help, Come on. Are you stoid? Just don't leave your nails out in the open. Come on. Or are you losing them? How are you losing your nails? Cachet. How many nails do you have, actually? Fasty, how many nails do you have? I'm in Hatio town. El Hatio sounds fake, I'm gonna be honest. It's also not in Venezuela. That sounds statistically like it would be in Mexico. You know? Or New Mexico. Either or. Could be wrong. Oh, swordfish. Oh, bulletfish. Okay. Yeah, I'm using the sparkling. Yeah. Okay. I love New Mexico. Starry eyes emoji. Really? Nice. Congrats. I plan to go there one day. It's on my bucket list. I wonder if Darius has been there before. Maybe. Anyone's guess, really. I've been to New Mexico. Oh, wow. I was too distracted. The cat has eaten the rice. Yes, cat victory. Good going, cat. That's those cats eating the rice. Another meme switch to dub. Cat rice. Ah! Ow. Jump scare. What in the hell is that? Okay, game. I think New Mexico's pretty cool. I think New Mexico's very silly. I still need to go there. That's my plan. It's my goal in life. Directive, even. Wait, guys. Alright. What if there's New Mexico, where's Old Mexico? That's a question for God. I don't think that Old Mexico exists anymore. Honestly. I don't know if Old Mexico's real anymore, Fatsil. Medium Mexico. Where's middle-aged Mexico, huh? That's my question. Old Mexico was patched. Yeah, true. We got a patch update that changed it to New Mexico, yeah. That makes sense. Checks out in my eyes. Yeah, this is the life. Nothing but the broken green screen and the open sea. Oyster. That's not how fishing works. Game. Okay. I would ask, but okay. Oh, Darius is rapidly approaching. Darius is now fishing. They're web fishing. Outstanding maneuver. Woo! This is awesome. Wait, Fatsu, what was in Old Mexico? Do you have any ideas? Like, how... Fatsu, what was in Old Mexico? I need to know. I desire this knowledge. Your web of lies. Ooh. The roast. Oh, the snaggletooth look. There's got the snaggletooth wolf. Wolf. I can speak English. Rank 4. Wow. I got no bait. Puppy! Oh, that's bad. I'll make it one of these first! Fatseal's first! Oh my god, Fatseal's first! I would ask the ethics on how Fatseal was first, but like... Ah! I'll make it one of these days. Eh! Made it. There we go. How is Fatseal first? The world may never know. But they are. Oh hey Sans, how's it going? Fish money! Woohoo! Can't believe I won. I can't believe I won first. I wanted to thank my family. I want to thank God, my family, and the academy. Aw, congrats! So glad to hear it. Sorry, I was gone. Sorry for being gone. I was lurking. I was making. No, man. All good. I love lurkers. Lurkers are the heart of Twitch. Honestly. Even just stopping by, lurking, and saying hi. Like that's all I could ever ask from y'all. I appreciate it so much, Lanfloss. Thank you. Fish big. Fish web. Black Ops 6 is an interesting place to meet children, that's for sure. I have a Man of War. What? Yeah, I know, right? That sounds like if a politician was on Twitch. What do you mean, Fatseal? Elaborate? What do you mean, Fatseal? What are you talking about? Yeah, I agree with Lejeune. No, Hayden, thank you for being so hospitable and taking you under your wing and taking care of you. Yeah, of course. Anytime, buddy. Anytime. That's the web fishing mindset, you know? Oh, Darius has got the side cam going. Oh, that's a cool side cam. I see. Darius has got the silly side cam going. I like the front cam, but yeah, the side cam's cool. Very silly. Got the whole gang here. Look at us. We're so cool. Oh, and away they go. Adios. I love lurkers. Absolutely tremendous. I see lurkers and I say, wow, how absolutely tremendous. That's such a nothing sentence. Actually, such a nothing sentence, dude. There we go. There we go. The second personal island has a bait shop. There we go. Only outrageous facts here. True. Actually. I think about ready to get on the festivities. It sucks that Micah's not going to be here. If Micah was here, dude. Oh, I just got a Man of War. That's what that was, right? Yeah. Micah will be here next time. True. True. Very true. Hayden, they are banning all political streamers tomorrow, so you're never gonna see me again. I'm not a political streamer, if that's what you're implying. And you're not a political streamer either, if that's what you're implying. That makes absolutely zero sense, Fatsiel. Also, why would they ban Donald Trump or Kamala Harris from Twitch? That makes zero sense. Yes, I am. This is my alt, bruh. True, they're a political chatter, not a political streamer. Dang, roasted. Roasted, toasted into oblivion. Boink. That is a button. Actually, whatever keybinds we got up here. Oh, it's a hidden keybind, I see. It's a hidden keybind. I'm actually Hassan. That's bad, Fatsiel. You can't say that. You cannot say that, as a matter of fact. Oh, you got a little shrimp! Krill, no way. Woo, krill! Oh, I lost that fish. Oops. Woo! Why can't I say you tagged? I don't know. No clue. Literally zero clue, Fatsiel. Flounder, I hardly know her. Yeah, I hardly know her. Dyrus is cooking. Oh boy. Are you gonna vote? Yes. Yes, I will vote. That is my plan, my prerogative as a human being. I will vote. No, Dyrus! May I ask who you will vote for? That beats me. I don't know, I'm just a funny guy on a funny computer saying words to the utterly deranged. What do I know? I refuse to elaborate further. You should do a coin flip? No, Fatsy, I'm not going to do a coin flip. True. Tonka bean? What does that mean? Coin flips are not the best way to make choices. Oh. We got this, boys. I was actually deciding to vote in the election of 2000. Fatsiel, I don't think that's accurate. I hate to break it to you, but it does not seem very accurate. Table fishing! I don't think it was that close, Fat Seal. I could be wrong. But, yeah. Woo. I love the ocean. And by the ocean, I mean fishing. I love the new campfire fishing tactic. It's like fly fishing. That's why do you like political figures so much? That's a great question. Great question. Honestly. Riveting storytelling. SB, my flags gives you a shop for bait. You realize that, right? Fly fishing, fry fishing. That's amazing. That is amazing. My private, I'm going to buy stuff. Oh, okay, I see. Pastor, what makes you so sure that you're the deciding vote in the election of 2000, huh? Were you there? Were you the one counting them? Were you there? Marlin. Something Marlin. Rank 4. I love camp tier rank 4. It's so camp tier rank 4. Camp tier rank 4, that's English in my book. Woo! Oh, my lure used extra bait. No. Are y'all ready for some creepypastas? Horrible creepypastas at that. For those who don't know, this is a continuation of another video. Another series. Gambling time? Okay, never mind. SB's gonna have to go gamble first. Oops. Guess he has to go gambling. Woo! He's waiting to fish up a whale. That'll be fun. Maybe you can't get whales this close to the shore. I doubt it. Maybe. Just maybe. Oh, drink rings. Yuck. Oh, table fishing. Here we go again. Gotta reel in those good deals, you know? 1 acrylion! Oh, I got no bait. No! There we go. I'm back. I bet Darius is finding all the funny creepypastas. It has to be a... Because I want to read a really bad creepypasta. Oh, SB's losing all of his gambling cards. Gotta love gambling. Oh, we won something. Nice. Not bad. This is web gambling, true. Gotta love web gambling. Not a lot, he won nothing. Hey, SB, do you have part 3 of that stupid cartoon creepypasta series we had last night? I'm so rich from gambling, it's insane. Somehow I doubt that. I can find it, okay. That's cool. I sure hope it does. I am above you, chair. I should probably sit down. There we go. Oh my god. Completely forgot. That's so true. We gain an extra hour tomorrow. We do gain an extra hour tomorrow, that's right. Dyrus with the hard-hitting facts today, dude. Oh boy. What have we got this time? Oh, a hammerhead shark. Okay. Oh god. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, I'm not ready for this. Oh, it's this. Oh, I'm not ready. I am not ready. Oh no. Clubby? Huh? Does that mean you're ready for creepypastas, Mephlaws? Is that what that means? Because I'm ready for creepypastas. Marlin! Dread Grimstone can solo the entire Dragon Ball Z universe. Nah, don't lie. No. The evil version of Fred Flintstone could never do that. Nah. Never, dude. Never. Alright. Alright, fine, fine. Shining is a higher rarity, basically, because you can get, like, there's like a certain amount of fish, and then there's certain tiers, like, there's like 5 different star ratings when there's no star ratings, which are just the basic fish. Doesn't mean anything. It's just fishing. It does give you more money though, SP was right about that. Game? Has my table run out of fish? You've also already stopped gooning me, about to lose my edging streak. Just because you said that, I'm gonna wait 5 more minutes. Just because you said that. We'll start soon. The game just came out, man. Calm down. It's already got a lot under its belt. It's a pretty video game. You get to fish on the web. Marlin! Okay, fine. We will start the creepypasta. Should we move to the private island? I don't know. Webcraft! Oh no. True webcraft. There we go. Webcraft would be so fun, though. Yeah. Boink. I think we will do the next spooky story. Let me pull it up. It is right over here. Discord image link, that's awesome. Hold on, let me see what this is about. There's a Discord image link attached to this thing. Let me see what it's got on it. Oh, that's... Oh, hello, that's big. It could be a whale. Oh. Oh. I died. The death barrier is pretty expansive, I'm gonna be honest. No. Oh, Dyrus broke. Oh no. All the way back. Alrighty, so this creepypasta horror story is called Family Die. Family Guy Evil MOV file. I am not ready for this. Not ready for this at all. This is a terrible idea. Oh god. Not ready for this. Written by Barbara Fan 07. Oh no. Ah no. I'm gonna read all the typos and stuff too. This is a long work, dude. This is like 5,000 words. This is insanely long. Oh my god. This is a long one too. I'm not ready for this. Diarist go, they just gotta... Last one's over 20 minutes, I'll be ready for story time. I'm not ready for story time. How long was the last one? Let me see. What else is Barbara Fan 07 written? Oh my god, this one's like double the length. Oh no. Oh no. Not ready for that. Not ready for this. Oh my god. Family Die. Yeah. I faceplanted onto a table. That's where I'm remaining for the rest of this, apparently. Alright, time to rev up those engines. Alright, time to pack up shop. Time to go to the medium island. Actually, let's go back to spawn. Ocean fish, colossals. Let's get this over with. I'm not ready. I am not ready for this. Thanks, Sans. Let's see. Gotta get some tackle box upgrade? Nah. We're fine right where we are. We are ready for the fun to begin. Alrighty. Let's get in here. Alright, I'm on the private island officially. I think it'd be funny if I just kept the shop in the background, honestly. So let's prop that up. Oh. There we go. There we go. Gotta get that up there. Oh no, it's not close enough, dang it. Not close enough! Eh. Nope. No, that's terrible placement. I think Dyrus knows what this is, I hope. Gotta get the campfire right up there. I'll move it a little bit closer. There we go. Gotta place the therapy chair, you know. Get cozy. Get ready for some web fishing. Alrighty. And he's got his bush to sit in, apparently. What else are we missing? Should be it, honestly. Got the 6-pack, yeah, of course. I'm trying to get myself dripped out and ready. I'm gonna get the spooky music ready. Hold on. Yeah! No, this is some spooky music. This is spooky. I'm scared already. I would be too, man. What did my spooky guy look like? I literally forgot already. I see, I can do that. Boink, boink. There we go. There we go. Now he's all spooky. He's all spooky and ready. He's ready for the spookiest time of his life. Alrighty, here we are. Time for the spookiest story of them all. It's time for a scare, ladies and gentlemen. Family Guy Evil MOV File. Family Die by BarbaraFan07. Oh, hold on. There we go. Dear reader, I am typing this as a ghost. Everything around me is dark and cold. Floating around me are bunches of ones and zeros. Hold on, I'm gonna... This is creepypasta? Yeah, it's creepypasta time. Everything floating around me is ones and zeros. I think I can safely say ghosts are real now that I am one, and I appear to be inside of a computer. But I don't think it was of my own doing. Somehow, my ghost is put in this device, and the more I log to myself, the more it's being projected onto an email in this computer. Making myself to move elsewhere doesn't let me type the rest of this email. So eventually, when I get it out, I'll come back to this email and tell you what happened. This sure is weird. It's like I'm being watched. Update. What happened was seriously so crazy. I have to get into it immediately. Right now, I'm safe and sound. But the journey I went through was mind-boggling. Just a few days back, I awoke myself from my strange subconscious state to find myself on the cold, hard ground, much like the one that I previously passed out on. Picking myself up, I found that I was completely devoid of the blood wounds that ruptured my skin. Had someone healed me? Making sense of my surroundings, spelt like cents, as in like pennies, I put one foot in front of the other and touched the wall next to me. Of course, I recognized it instantly. I was back at my house, having woke up next to my iconic iconic cartoon merchandise wall. A brick wall in my bedroom with all sorts of merchandise on each shelf. When I saw my bed, I began to wonder if this all had just been a heckin' bad dream. It would seem that all is normal, but my friend and dear viewers felt like the animal deer. Nothing could be further from the truth. I took a step outside to read my morning paper, and read quite the troubling headline. Shootout at nearby bar, 3 left injured, 1 dead. As I dropped my paper to drink my coffee, I clumsily spilled it onto the table, and much into my belongings. Drat! I yelled. But as some of the spill landed onto newspaper, I began to notice something that made my head turn. The coffee had erased some of the ink on the paper, showing the front news image as not that of a regular bar, but one that looked a little two-dimensional. And right there, I saw it on the image. The bar is now called The Drunken Clam. And while the average normie would be blind to recognize this reference, a cartoon craziac such as myself would know that this is an iconic location in the hit Seth MacFarlane cartoon, Family Guy. Perhaps my insane escapades with those freaking cartoons hadn't ended. I'm crying, this is terrifying. Before I could realize the implications of this discovery, I was bonked on top of the head. Youch! And I was put out cold again. I woke up once more. This time kind of miffed. I was tired of waking up. Isn't there a better way to transition to the next scene, I wondered? But as my vision came to, I realized my surroundings were not that of one that sees reality. The room was empty, with a white floor and walls with blue whiting. However, everything looked flat in color and dimension, and an outline and a line thickness that I unmistakably knew was that of Family Guy. I wasn't just watching a cartoon anymore, I was in one. Just over from behind me, I heard the signature sound of piano keys tapping away. Well, how the place looked like a stage. I must have been in the intro segment of Family Guy, the part where they play the theme song. But as I turned, it wasn't Lois Griffin playing the piano. It was a familiar face. They began to sing in a gruff voice to the background music. As it seems to today, that all you see is violence in movies. And that's all from me. The piano was tossed from its place in my direction. I quickly dodged it as it struck the ground next to me, with just a thunderous thud, shattering into a billion itty-bitty pieces. What kind of inhuman monster could possess that strength? I thought. It was the boss. I am the boss. He sauntered his way down the steps, and every inch of my body tensed, and got my legs a-running once more. Even though he was not armed from what it looked like, I wasn't gonna mess with a dude who throws pianos. What do you want from me? I yelled while looking back at him while running. But he proceeded to suddenly teleport next to me, and made me flinch of fear. I scampered my way, all the way to what looked like a doorway, only to find out that there was no floor. If this was a Looney Tunes cartoon, I would have walked in the air comically before noticing, and then following by a delayed time period. Where is Lois? No clue. But gravity was not up for jokes. I fell straight down. I could see that I was falling through the sky, and through the clouds. I could see it. I was entering the world of Family Guy, crashing through the roof of the Griffin family household. I surprisingly took no damage, not even winding up in the iconic Peter Griffin falling down the stairs pose. As I got up, I heard a shrill sound. Ah, it's some kind of realistic UFO! It crashed through the ceiling! Said Chris Griffin. Now how could— oh my goodness, it's an alien! It looks so crusty and hyper-realistic! Screamed Lois, pointing at me in disbelief. Having had witnessed cartoon families turn dark and evil twice now, I couldn't waste time finding cover before they could enact some kind of evil. Yo, Earl, this is not the right time. I'm reading a shitty creepypasta. Like an intentionally really shitty creepypasta. The fishing does continue, though. Chris Griffin is Christ Griffin, maybe. I couldn't waste any time finding cover before they could enact some kind of evil scheme. I ran into the dining room and leapt onto the table, before grabbing the ceiling chandelier. I spun around it and drop-kicked Lois in self-defense. I hear a voice from upstairs. What's going on? I got a gun and I'm not afraid to use it, Peter Griffin said, as he trotted down the steps and began to load the gun of malicious intent. Hearing such words, I had no idea if a cartoon gun would hurt me, but I was in no mood to find out. I bolted into the nearby cupboard and hid. Peter Grifferin laughed, "Come out wherever you are." He didn't even ask if Lois was okay. Is this SB's Family Guy fanfiction? No, it's called Family Guy Evil MOV Family Die by Barbara Fan 07. This must have been one of the later season episodes, but all of a sudden there was a knock at the door. Peter Griffin answered it, and he modestly opened. "Oh my god, is that the boss?" he said. "You're right," the boss said. "Say, this reminds me of the time I crucified you and your entire family among the smoldering embers." Huh? Peter said. I was then transported to a horrific cutaway gag, where amidst the sky and red charred ground, the entire Griffin family were crucified and weeping in agony. Finding myself crouched behind a rock, Sorry, this literally becomes illegible for a second. Finding myself behind a rock, I shivered in fear so much that my bones were... That's a whole run-on sentence. Rattling like dice in the hands of a seizuring casino player. The boss turned his head to me and said, "As for you," in a very menacing tone. I jumped up and skedaddled in no given direction, just as long as I ran out of there. The boss had a different face than the one from before. It was terrifying, with evil eyebrows and glowing red eyes that seemed to look straight into your soul. I dashed through the horrific sight, gaining awareness of my surroundings, seeing the one blue and vibrant place of Quahog be reduced to charred nothingness. But amidst the barren wasteland, I could see a very distinct landmark from the show. The Drunken Clam! It was my only place I could hide in. As I quickly opened the front doors and slammed them behind me, a voice cried out from the distance. Who could it be? None other than the iconic sound of Cleveland Brown! I can't do a Cleveland Brown impression. He spoke to me and said, "Over here." I leaned in curiosity. He showed me a hiding spot. It was his, behind the place in the bar where they serve drinks. Behind the place in the bar where they serve drinks. Tucked behind the counter of the bar, I stayed perfectly still and crouched next to Cleveland, while the boss, from what I heard, didn't even bother to open the glass doors. A loud shatter resounded as he broke into the itty-bitty bits. No, Peter. Tucked behind the counter of the bar, I stayed perfect. Oh, I already read that apparently. "Come on, make this entertaining for me. We aren't finished just yet, buddy. After all, what is it? What good is it for the people watching? The audience needs more brutality." "Take this, you jar-headed brute," Cleveland yelled as he lunged over the counter of a bottle of beer and smashed it over the boss's head. But he was so strong it did nothing. He just grabbed Cleveland by the shirt with his one arm, raised him up, and threw him through the roof of the building. Cleveland was launched into the sky, turning into a fireball that evaporated before my very eyes. It was so horrid. The guy had his own show and everything. As I was looking up through the hole in the roof above me, my eyes gazed on a sight that would be the key to my escape. This world that I found myself in was not of its own make. Instead of clouds, there was none, and instead of the sky, atomized. Next chatter, Peter washes up on the beach. RFK mistakes it for a whale. Oh no. No, Cleveland. You can't. Instead of the sky, it looked like I was staring straight through a screen, because I was looking through a big screen to the outside world. It can't be, I thought to myself. And then I looked closer. My bloodied handprint was marked on the screen, and from what else I saw, it was that place that I died at. Unbelievable! But this made me realize something that may have saved my life. If this show was just fake, and that the boss could operate under its rules, perhaps I could too. The boss lifted up the entire counter of his strong arms. But as he looked at me, I quickly blurted out the words, "Wow, this almost reminds me of that time you were about to be hit by a tractor," I yelled. And a huge sheet of paper slapped over me between me and the boss. On the other side, I could only assume this was the cutaway gag, as a loud engine of a tractor sounded off. The power of cutaway gags was on my side. I ran a distance before hearing the sound of the tractor crumple up and bend like it was a tin can. Breaking through the paper, the boss held the remains of the tractor tire in his hands, his face looking mad as the devil himself. I quickly began to exclaim more cutaways. "This reminds me of when you were out at sea. This reminds me of that time you went to Yale University. This reminds me when you crashed into a mail truck." Over and over, the cutaways layered on top of themselves. Wailing the boss away from me, giving me time to sprint. But he was very mad, and despite my best efforts, he kept breaking through faster and faster. "I may be in the show with you now, but don't think I'll follow the rules. It's time for you to die," he said. Using my quick wits, I looked at the surrounding environment and found a forlorn airport. There's a lot of planes parked on the runway, and so I hurriedly scamper-renoed into one and pressed the fly button. The plane took off, and the boss was literally already on its tail. He climbed the roof and broke through, and so I grabbed my parachute conveniently next to me and jumped out through the hole he just made as the air launched me out. Cutaway purgatory. As I looked down and I was in midair, I saw that the boss had grabbed my leg. "You're not getting away from you, little punk," he screamed as the wind around us was blasting. However, his grasp was soon relinquished when a mighty force seemingly manifested out of nowhere. Why did you put Spooktune in the spooky playlist, SB? Oh god. I'm just gonna skip it. We just got cut away to ads are playing. Alright. I'm back from Taco Bell. However, his grasp was soon relinquished when a mighty force seemingly manifested out of nowhere, flying down and hitting the boss on the head hard. Enough was a club for him to let go and be sent falling back into the plane. As the air forced me out into the sky, I saw him, my savior. It was Bam Bam once more? The Titanic Stone Age infant grabbed me as well, as I hurled me high into the sky at such a velocity that my parachute fell off. Having no time to realize what was going on, I couldn't stop flying up. And I saw the plane quickly plummet back to the ground and explode. I'm reading a Family Guy, like a really shitty Family Guy creepypasta. Oh. As I kept soaring, I reached the hole that Cleveland's body had made in the sky. Covered with smoke and charred gore, I grabbed onto the edge and flung myself out. But quick to my disappointment, I wasn't on the outside of the screen. I was in some space in between the Family Guy show and the screen of the computer it was on. This was the computer desktop. Walking around on the desktop. Yeah, right, I can't write either, man. Walking around the desktop behind me was the place I emerged from, the Family Guy world, or what was shown to me was an MOV file being played on a Windows Media Player at only half screen. It was called Family Die instead, but also next to me was various bottom tabs that had yet to me opened. I tapped them, and to my surprise, they worked like a mouse click. Is when I tapped the tab labeled as a notepad that I did see something truly insidious. Operation Pyramid Scheme. List of entertainment extraordinaires that need to be taken to my torture dungeon and replaced with a body double. Number 92, Joseph Barbera, Flintstones creator, executed in parentheses. Number 93, Matt Groening, Simpsons creator, executed in parentheses. Seth MacFarlane, Family Guy creator, in parentheses, pending. There were countless more on the list. Chuck Jones, Rebecca Sugar, Jim Davis. Perhaps this is some kind of planned assassination of cartoon makers? It was so bizarre and scary. What was this boss planning? If it had went after beloved cartoon producers, what would it accomplish? These thoughts went through my head just as I heard the sound. Not Jim Davis! Yeah, I'll read yours eventually. I'll read yours eventually. Oh, the playlist broke, apparently. Apparently we went through the entire playlist already, which sucks. I didn't even realize. There we go. I love that silly orange cat. I'm supposed to... Okay. It was so bizarre and scary. What was this boss planning? If they had went after the beloved cartoon producers, what would it accomplish? These thoughts went to my head just as I heard the sound. And then there's an image link attached. This image is attached. This image is attached. With a loud thud, a huge footstep smashed into the ground. It was, of course, the boss. Here to reclaim my soul. Shivers ran up my back and my teeth, chattered for a mile a minute. I was very sure this was the end of me. But to my surprise, the boss began to conveniently monologue. So you found it. That sure is a mighty surprise. Maybe I should have been more careful. Let me explain something to you while you're here. It's not like you're going anywhere. That little list you saw was my kill list. Capitalized, of course. Of course, as I mentioned, I plan to take over the entire entertainment industry. So I gotta shoot you. So I gotta shoot for the stars, knock down a few pegs. Some of the folks had a courtesy of meeting me in my base of operations. Just like you. And wouldn't you know it, you get to be the guest star of my new horrifying dimension reaction videos. Doesn't that sound great? I began to open my mouth. Don't answer that. Honestly, if I was a villain, I would also probably monologue. Fair enough, villain monologuing. Evil reaction content! No! Oh, Waldo's actually sent me something. I'll have to read. It's on webnovel.com. I'll read that eventually, yeah. I began to open my mouth. Don't answer that, he said. Either ways, plural, you have overstepped your boundaries. I have simply just put your soul inside that MOV file for one thing and one thing only. That is, to entertain my audience for my next videos. So if it isn't any trouble... With a snap of his fingers, the boss teleported me back to the Family Guy MOV file that I was in before. But this time I was tied up to a railroad. In the middle of what was once Quahog, still burning like the fires of hell. I screamed and shouted, and my eyes bulged out of my head when I saw a train heading to my direction on the tracks. Most irritatingly of all. This is loud all of a sudden, what? Oh, it's the guitar. I see. Hello, you silly goober. Hi, I'm Silly Goober. It's me, I'm reading a creepypasta. Turn that guitar off, SB. Stop it. I am Silly Refurio. I am reading creepypastas. I had a huge skull of brine grifferin on the front, and in its nose had a huge buzzsaw ready to cut me in half. The boss levitated next to me, triumphantly laughing maniacally, his teeth turning sharp razor-like blades, and his voice turning into deep monstrous. Just when it seemed like I was in for some painful business, the skies above me turned gray. Clouds formed overhead. Was this my signal to a grim demise, or was it forthcoming of a miracle? Bam Bam descended from the sky, his white hair flowing in the wind, his shoulders donning a pair of white angel wings, and most surprisingly, a halo around his head. Thunder and lightning began to roll in, and soon began downpour. Is this rain? The boss said. It's a storm, Bam Bam replied. Why oh why is Quagmire not in this? I know, right? So sad. Funny story, I drank my chair. In an instant, Bam Bam telepathically lifted hundreds of boulders from the ground, and began to rapidly pelt the boss with a fury of over 1,000 punches. He was fighting like a true Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z. Ever determined, Bam Bam pulled another trick up from his sleeve and began to summon the spirits of all the dead Family Guy characters from before. Lois, Chris, Brian, and even Peter all joined forces as a family and began to restrain the boss's arms and legs. From the grave also came Stewie's ghost, which had an evil, malicious-looking smile and evil-looking eyes. Much like the uncanny gaze of Jeff the Killer, Stewie leapt forward, 2 words, and bit the top of the boss's face with sharp teeth as he yelled in anger. Good times. For the first time ever, though the boss was relentless, he began to stagger as more and more boulders slammed into him. It was soon subdued when a massive part of the group was uprooted and slammed down upon him. Seemingly defeated, the boss made no attempt to rise as Bam Bam fluttered down beside me and magically cut the ropes tying me up. I stood up and thanked him, shaking his hand excitedly. Genshin is 50-50 cursed. The boss made no attempt to rise as Bam Bam fluttered down beside me. But Bam Bam spoke again. You don't need to do anything. I've done all I can to protect you. However, his voice, I noticed all this time, was muffled, and his mouth wasn't moving. Although he was Bam Bam, he was much larger than the character was size-wise. He was even bulkier. Almost like he was in a costume. That's when I realized, but in order to know who was speaking under that muffled costume head, I asked Bam Bam to take his head off. I was shocked. Bam Bam was Joseph Barbera in a suit this entire time? I was so confused. But how is this possible? I sputtered. I'm reading a creepy guy. I'm reading an evil Family Guy evil creepypasta. It's a really bad creepypasta. I have to finish this, Waldozer. Listen, this is going to sound very bizarre, but much like how he trapped you in the video file, he trapped me in all of those tapes, and in here. He not wanted only to kill the competition, but to make them suffer in media of their own making. The boss is a very cruel man, but a very busy one, too. He lost track of me, so I hid in this costume, and did everything I could to protect you. Joseph put his hand on my shoulder, and I looked up to him. Oh my god, but why would you want to protect me? Eventually it's just code for never, maybe. Oh my god, but why would you want to protect me? I'm just a nobody. You don't even know me. On the contrary, you don't know this because you never got the chance to find out. But I, Joseph Barbera, am your long-lost uncle. What? I yelled. Listen, there's no time to explain. Take these. He pulled off the angel wings on his costume and wrapped them around my shoulders. Here in the cartoon world, things run on cartoon logic. Fly, my child. Fly. Fly far away from this wretched place. My cartoon prop angel wings flapped up and down at my command, and I was graced with the ability to flight. Yes! I can finally fly out of this place! And hopefully, reach the screen, sealing me and this computer away from the rest of the world. But, dear viewer, this film, the film masterpiece Cat in the Hat 2003 is an adaptation of the H.P. Lovecraft novel The Color Out of Space. Okay. That's so cool. A red glow came from behind the pile of rocks. behind Joseph, and with a bang they exploded violently into smaller, tinier rocks. With a snap of his fingers, the boss made lightning disappear like a magic trick. As skeletal eyes burst from the ground and dragged the souls of the Family Guy cast into the ground, presumably to hell. "It's actually funny," he said, "that you'd think I'd let you get the upper hand." I'm still here. Oh, congrats. Thank you, Dyrus. I'm glad you're still here. As he reached out and grabbed Joseph by the neck, gripping him tightly and strangling him, both of the boss's hands began to burn a bright orange flame. As his eyes glowed redder than ever, he laughed maniacally with a wicked, toothy grin as Joseph screamed in agony. This is one of the images that's attached, by the way. Let me show you. This is one of the images that's attached to this, by the way. I don't know what to say about that. It's just there. It just said that Jujuman left the game, but yeah, that too. No one has a response to that. Gripping him, both of the boss's hands. Oh yeah, that's right, we saw that. He laughed maniacally with a wicked toothy grin as Joseph screamed in agony. "You really thought you could fool me? I am God, after all. That I am. I was just waiting for you to let your guard down, so I could kill you. It's foolish to think that I am tied down by the laws of this world. I made it, and I made you. Everybody and everything. It's time to be reduced and unmade." The boss shouted every word of this as he slowly brought his upper palm. Bro, this shit's putting me to sleep. Coated in fire, he grabbed his face, setting it ablaze as he screamed and burning away every last bit of flesh and bone until it was ash and dust. However, I was already on my way to fly away, as it was too late to save this man. The man I thought was Bam Bam and protected me all this time was actually a long-lost relative. Well, that's life, I suppose. I flew away as fast as I could, exiting the sky, and flying out of the hole that it still remained in. Finally, I had reached the beyond, and with one big, mighty fist punch, I broke the computer screen that contained me, and made it out to the other side. Back is normal. Back to my normal size, back to my flesh and blood. I was free. Then I walked over to the computer. And I was in the email that I mentioned earlier. To my email address to serve as the cool prologue for the story. Cool, isn't it? Hold on a minute, damn it! As I heard the boss scream from inside the computer, he suddenly appeared in front of me, his hand still emanating smoke. "This ain't how it's supposed to go, you know. I can't believe I let you escape like that. I mean, like, I'm omnipresent. I should have seen it coming. But now I guess it's kind of pointless. Now we went off script. My camera and editing crew could always re-edit the footage, but that takes time. Well, screw it." "Does that mean I get the skedaddle on out of here?" I said to him. The boss's face was disgruntled. He stood there awkwardly for several moments. "Like hell you are. We're off camera, so I don't gotta play by the rules no more," he shouted before stancing himself up and charging. The chase had begun anew. In an instant, I began to gather my surroundings from where I left off. I saw the blood trail I left behind before my death, and knew to follow in the opposite direction. Running down an adjacent hallway, the ceiling lights grew sparser as the graininess began to light up. I could finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. It was the exit to the building. I ran past a bunch of other supplies. Fair. It did work just now, though. The part of the building looked like a storage area, but there were some computers laying around. The boss was still in hot pursuit, as he stopped in his tracks and held out his hand at one of the monitors. Go, my smile dog, he yelled. And wouldn't you know it, Smile Dog emerged from a computer screen. Oh my god, Smile Dog, no way. I just realized what that was. Hey there, nice doggy, I said worriedly and tried slowly moving back. No use in escaping. Now get over there and throw that dog a bone, stupid. The boss yelled, angry and impatient that I wasn't in Smile Dog apostrophe IS sharp teeth. His anger just about saved me. As in an effort to push me to Smile Dog with a flying kung fu kick that they do in those Jackie Chan movies, I swiftly dodged and sent the boss's left foot square into Smile Dog's chest, knocking him back with tremendous force and breaking the exit door open. I used the space between me and the boss to expertly slink past him and exit, finding myself running across a mostly empty parking lot. He stayed right on my trail, trying to make... I'm actually gonna pass that. I need to take a second. It's tiring. I don't read very often, if you couldn't tell. Each time one strike missed, they hit the building wall next to me and shattered them. Those walls are made of concrete or something, and he broke them just like that. Even if he got his hands on me, I'd be absolutely toast. Sliding underneath his wild arms, I evaded the boss by juking him and running in a zigzag motion. However, he began to get the better of me when he kept teleporting in my way, making me very close to tripping. However, in the pinch, I put some distance and clamoridied into a car. I started the ignition and began to back up and saw the boss's face, more angrier than before. Just then, the Smile Dog got up, it barked, and leapt straight through the windshield. I slammed the brake and began to spun out. But the car suddenly stopped. The boss grabbed the back of it to keep from moving. No! What are you doing? That's my car! My favorite one! I put it here for convenience and everything! He yelled, really mad this time. He then appeared at the front of it to grab Smile Dog and throw him away. He proceeded to curb stomp Smile Dog, causing him to evaporate into a red mist. I also quickly got out of the car too, ready to be chased again, seething with bloodshot eyes, which were also hyper-realistic. The boss roundhouse spin-kicked the car in my general direction. He missed, but the explosion was close enough to knock me to my feet. As the flames surrounded both of us, and shards of metal blew in the wind, Boss stared down at me, an evil red aura increasing around him, like he was powering up some sort of malicious energy. Then it stopped. Just beat it, he said, and let out a sigh. He threw up his hands, and the fire around us disappeared. You know, I might be God, and can live forever and stuff, but that doesn't mean we don't get our midlife crises of our own. He said as he crossed his arms and furrowed his brow, just as I began to turn and leave. What do you mean? I said. Is that why you did all this? Just to have something to do? Well, that's part of it, yeah. I mainly just want to scam people and cash on the newest trend in the evil, scummiest way I know. But it's clear that this project might be a waste of time and resources, he said. After everything I saw, and everything I've been through, it'd be wrong not to leave with the boss with some strong final words. In case he ever decided to come back and kidnap me again. For his evil plans. If he remained unhappy, he might try to go through with taking over the cartoon industry. As a Goody Two Shoes Toon fan, I could not just let this slide. Bro, who wrote this? Barbara Fan 07, are you stupid? You know, the boss, while you're a spooky and scary individual, would it not be cool to dedicate your efforts and your editing team to something else? What does that mean? The boss responded. Well, you clearly put a lot of effort into this whole plan. And with how you're chasing me back there, you're pretty cool. Although it's not just what you put in yourself. The Zeal versions of the Flintstones and Simpsons are pretty disturbing, in a good way, I said, trying to appeal to his ego. He seemed to agree. I continued on. Perhaps, maybe instead of hunting down and killing people, why don't you hire actors? Hire actors, the boss said, perplexed. Yeah, just like they do in the TV shows. That could be a good change. Well, I'd sooner relinquish a fraction of my immeasurable godly powers than bother to produce a TV show. But the idea of hiring no-name actors to kill them instead of kidnapping celebrities does sound tempting. Sure would keep the shadow government from annoying me. That's why, after all, it's why I employed the FBI. Gotta know higher-ups to fight higher-ups. That would keep the what? I said. Don't worry about that. Maybe Project Pyramid Scheme was a bust, or maybe it wasn't. The point is I'm honestly pretty bored of creepypastas. They went out of style years ago. There's one thing I can think I'm mortal for having is the ability to survive against me for this long. The boss laughed and then pointed at me directly. But just don't come back, or I'll kill you when I catch you next time. With that, I figured it was my cue to walk away. I started to feel at ease. But wondered where I was in order to get back home. As I walked away and pulled my phone out to call an Uber. When it arrived by the road, I jumped to my surprise. But the boss was there as my driver! Now listen, I'll take you to your house. Did you read Pen Pals after this? What's Pen Pals? But just before you do, here's my business card. If you ever get any new info about my future movies, you'll be a part of my test screening audience. It's just optional, but just now I came up with a bunch of fun scenarios that people will like, or at least that they'll like better. I was about to shout, why would I want anything to do with you after you killed me? Or tried to kill me. But I was too intimidated and just took the card. I looked down at the card to read it, and it was signed with a name. But it was too smudged and made out of weird symbols to make out. It was like it was written by some Lovecraftian horror. Ah, my mistake. I forgot to write my name in English. You're not accustomed to this kind of stuff. He said, once he noticed the writing. What should I call you then? The name's Dale Johnson. We're done here. With an instant, he snapped his fingers and I miraculously appeared back at home on my couch in front of my TV. After so much stress and so much anxiety and so much terror, I was back in my place. The sun was bright. It was a beautiful day. The birds chirping. Grass growing. Flowers are blooming. The fresh smell of grass outside. Everything looked just as it should. Nothing felt fake. There was no more illusion. I pinched myself several times, just to make sure. But just to be extra sure, I immediately gathered all my Flintstones, Simpsons, and Family Guy merch in my bedroom, and hauled them out in boxes to my front porch. I lit a match and proceeded to burn every last plushie, doll, DVD, and memorabilia. I closed my eyes and waited for something to happen. And it didn't. I jumped up and yelled, "Hallelujah!" and danced in the street. The neighbors must have thought I was crazy, but I didn't care. This had surely been a creepy pasta. That's how they ended it. I shit you not. They ended it with, and I quote, "This had surely been a creepy pasta." Oh my god. This is insane. Actually insane. Actually insane. Oh my god. This is clinically insane. I swear to god, dude. Yeah, I should read Waldozer's masterpiece after this. Maybe. Just maybe. I was so busy. I couldn't even fish. I completely forgot to do the fishing part because I was reading this entire time. Oh my god. Oh man. Okay, SB, do you want to read Waldozer's funny story? I'm so excited. Yeah, you get to read Waldozer's story. I'll send it to you. I'll do his, yeah. Personally, I hate chapter 2 and chapter 3 what I wrote, but I loved writing chapter 1.
Alright.
There we are.
Let's take a look at this.
I wrote a fanfic about you and Hayden and SB. You, Hayden, and SB in the furry hangout. Thanks, Methflaws. Glad to hear it.
Thanks, Flaws. If you want us to read that, you're gonna have to wait till we're done with Waldozer's story.
Yeah, you have to wait until we're done with Waldo's story.
Chapters of application, which after was I genuinely enjoy doing. Alright.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
Ordinary romance story that is sweet, innocent, and unremarkable. Synopsis. Al Albler Ablertueno. It was Stenokre.
SP's not having a stroke. That's just how it's spelled, by the way.
Is just a regular businesswoman living a normal life when one day her boyfriend Tim John decides to break up with her. Her religious need to change her
Tim
name
John!
His unwillingness to ever have a simple name has driven Tim John up the walls, and he has finally decided to break off their relationship. Unfortunately, Ablertueno Estanocre and Tim John live in the same apartment, so they must continue bearing each other's presence, even now that they're no longer in a relationship. One day, when having to run an errand for her now ex
Actually, now I'll do this one.
Ablertueno Estanocre, who's her ex's boss, Guildenstern McLolan, and they hit it off almost instantly. How will develop? Alright, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna go get a glass of water so I don't end up, like, choking to death like last time. I'll be right back.
Okay. In conclusion, please don't read past chapter 1. It's not... Mephiles, if you actually send me it, I'll read it at my own time. If you actually made that, I will read it. Straight up. I will read it straight up.
Alright. Let's get this started. It was June 24th, and spring had concluded. The sunlight was direct, casting clear and well-defined shadows on the ground. The minimal cloud cover allowed the sun's rays to reach the ground unhindered, resulting in a noticeable increase in temperatures. On this day, the sky was clear, with a few small clouds scattered around, formed by tiny water droplets. On this now summer afternoon of June 24th, a businesswoman named Albertueno Iustenogre concluded her workday. Albertueno Iustenogre has been anticipating this afternoon, as she had a date with her boyfriend that she was really excited for. After getting prepared, she felt good and ready to go. She was looking forward to enjoying this day with her boyfriend. It had been at least a week since they had last gotten out to go eat. What? Shouted Albertueno Estanogre, shocked by what her boyfriend had said. I said I want to break up, said Tim John. Albertueno Estanogre, a potentially new ex-boyfriend. And don't shout, you're gonna disturb the other customers. A heavy silence enveloped them as she absorbed the words he had just said. She had been absolutely dumbstruck by this nonchalance that she hadn't processed his words at first. Why? Albertueno Estanogre finally managed to utter in confusion. Tim John leaned back, seemingly unfazed. I thought the neutral ambience of this familiar restaurant would help soften this emotional blow. Albertueno shifted to a bewildered expression. What? You're breaking up with me and you thought ambience was the key factor? Tim John nodded, earnestly. Ambience is crucial in delicate situations. That's besides the point I was trying to ask. Why are we breaking up? Not why are you doing it here? Shouted Albertueno Estanogre in exasperation. Tim John ran his head through his hair as if trying to find the right words. Listen, it's not me. It's you. Huh? Isn't it usually the other way around? Also, what do you mean it's me? She shouted in irritation. Tim John sighed. It's your name. Albertueno stared at Tim John with a dead man look. What do you mean it's my name? Are you seriously about to break up with me because of my name? it's not just your current name. Every month you decide to change your name, and you always choose one that's just as complicated and hard to remember.
That's
Like
adorable.
next month you decide to call yourself Alvavsistok. Albert Twino Istanogre couldn't comprehend that the trivial matter of her changing names every month had become the catalyst for the significant decision. You're ending a relationship because you find it inconvenient to remember my names? Is that really what this is about? Albert Twino shook her head in incredulity. Tim John shrugged. I mean, what if we get pulled over and the cop asks for your ID? It's like you're trying to play Russian roulette with your name. Albert Twino Istanogre stared at him in disbelief. Tim, that's not how Russian roulette works, and we've never been pulled over. Tim John continued with his reasoning. Look, Albertino, I need stability in my life.
Tim
A
John
stable
is the
name, a
name.
stable relationship, and a stable ambience during breakup conversations. Is that too much to ask? Albertino's frustration peaked. We share an apartment. We drove here together. You never once thought to bring this up before deciding on this dramatic restaurant breakup? Tim John scratched his head. Well, the car ride was short, and, I didn't want to ruin the ambience. Albertina threw her hands up. You're breaking up with me over a naming crisis, and you're still worried about ambience? Seriously? Tim John shrugged again. I just think it's important to consider all aspects of the situation, you know? Albertino realized the futility of arguing further. If that's how you feel, Tim, then I guess there's nothing more to say. She stood up, gathering her things. As Albertino prepared to storm towards the exit, Tim John, undeterred by the chaos he just caused, motioned to the waiter for the check. Can I get a bill, please? And maybe a to-go bag for the leftover emotional baggage? Albertino shot him a glare. Did you just make a joke about our breakup? Tim John grinned sheepishly. Well, say humor is the best medicine.
This is
Albertino couldn't
golden.
decide whether to laugh or cry at the absurdity of the situation. You break up with me over my names, make a restaurant scene, and now you're cracking jokes about emotional baggage? You're unbelievable, Tim. She stormed out, leaving Tim John sitting alone in the now awkwardly quiet restaurant. The waiter, who had been eavesdropping on their breakup drama, brought the bill with a forced smile. Here's the check, and I hope the emotional baggage fits in the to-go bag. Meanwhile, Albertino Estinogre, now outside the restaurant, was fuming and contemplating whether she should hitchhike home and start a new life as Alvabsistodk, just to spite Tim John. But she soon realized that Tim John had both the car and apartment keys, so she would need to wait for him. After what felt like an eternity, Tim John finally sauntered out of the restaurant, moving the to-go bag in his hand as if it was a trophy. Ready to go? He asked with an oblivious smile. Albertino couldn't even believe the audacity. Ready to go where, Tim? You just broke up with me in there. Tim John shrugged. Well, yeah, but we still have to go home, right? Albertino rolled her eyes. You're unbelievable. Fine, let's just go home. As they drove home in awkward silence, she couldn't help but think about what the coming days would bring. The neutral ambience of that restaurant had given way to the reality of their new lives. Chapter 2, Chapter 2. It was now June 25th, and as the sun proudly claimed its throne in the sky for another cloudless day, businesswoman Albertino Estanogre slowly roused from her slumber, embodying the image of a content cat.
Wait,
lounging in the
SB.
sunbeams
SB.
Yeah, what's up?
I've been informed by chat not to read chapter 2.
Oh?
Yeah.
You don't want me to?
Walters does not want you to read chapter 2.
You want me to stop here?
I don't remember much at
hating it, you say? Hating it, really?
Let's watch that
sun,
video.
Unimpressed by human drama, continued to shower its brilliance into Albertino's room. She had the day off, and she didn't wish to spend all day moping in bed, so with a mix of emotions and a strong desire for breakfast, she got up slowly and stumbled into the kitchen to make breakfast.
This kind of reads like Doki Doki Literature Club. I love it.
Miss Independent for next month, she mumbled to herself, en route to the kitchen, while chuckling at her own joke. Albertino reached the kitchen. Little did she know, Tim John, the architect of yesterday's emotional roller coaster, had overheard her quip from the living room. Fashionably disheveled and sporting a tie that looked like it lost a wrestling match, he scrolled into the kitchen, still oblivious to the emotional turmoil he had unleashed the previous day, and raised an eyebrow at Albertino's self-proclaimed rebranding. Miss Independent, huh? Are you starting a solo career or something? He remarked, completely disregarding the lingering tension in the air. Albertino shot him a deadpan look. Ah, Tim John, my ever-observant roommate, she replied, her voice drooping with sarcasm as she prepared to make breakfast. P.S. I'm leaving my job to become a one-woman circus act. You'll be my first and only audience member. Tim John chuckled, a sound reminiscent of a rusty lawnmower trying to start up on a chilly morning. Okay, well, I'm going to... Should I try and, make that sound?
No.
I'm gonna do it anyways. Well, at least I know I'll get front row seats. Tim John checked his wrist, which was devoid of a watch. Speaking of independence, duty calls, and the corporate world awaits my dazzling presence.
Ooh.
I take a sip of water.
Yes, it tires you out.
Albertino, ready to enter culinary combat mode, nodded towards the exit. Off you go, conquer those spreadsheets and conference calls. Tim John, taking a hit for once, decided it was time to make a graceful exit, or as graceful as a man with a slightly askew tie could manage. I wouldn't want to be late to the place where people pay me to pretend I understand what I'm doing. It's a tough job, but someone has to do it, he declared, with all the gravitas of a knight preparing for battle, albeit a battle most likely involving spreadsheets and conference calls. Albertino had her own battle to take care of, a culinary battle to make breakfast. As Albertino surveyed the kitchen battlefield, she couldn't help but feel like a fearless warrior facing a daunting challenge. Armed with a spatula and her determination, she set out to conquer the kitchen before her. But just as she was getting into the groove of culinary combat, there was a knock at the door. Albertino hesitated, wondering if it was Tim John returning to retrieve something he forgot, like his dignity. With a spatula in one hand and a pancake mid-flip in the other, Albertino Echinogre squinted at the door, muttering, Really? Right in the middle of my pancake-flipping enlightenment? She cautiously approached the door, spatula in hand, ready to defend herself against any unexpected emotional ambush. To her surprise, it wasn't Tim John standing on the other side, but her neighbor, Miss Mulberry, clutching a basket of freshly baked cookies. Oh, hello, dear. I thought you might need some cheering up after what happened yesterday. So I baked you some cookies. Miss Mulberry exclaimed with a wide smile. Albertino blinked in disbelief, momentarily taken aback by the random act of kindness from her eccentric neighbor. Thank you, Miss Mulberry. That's really sweet of you, but how did you know what happened yesterday? Miss Mulberry winked mysteriously. Darling, I have my ways. Let's just say I have a sixth sense for relationship drama in the neighborhood. Now, enough about that. I brought cookies to mend your broken heart, not to stir the emotional pot. Well, thank you for the cookies. That's very thoughtful of you. She accepted the basket with a grateful smile, trying not to dwell on the fact that her neighbor might have some sort of secret surveillance system set up to monitor their life. As Albertino thanked Miss Mulberry and closed the door, she returned her attention back to the pancakes. In the midst of her conversation with Miss Mulberry, a subtle yet unmistakable smell of burning pancakes had filled the air. Albertino's eyes widened in horror as she glanced at the stove, only to find her once fluffy and golden pancakes now resembling charred frisbees. How long are they going to go on about the pancakes?
This
As the
is
scent of bird sacrifice wafted through the air, she couldn't help but think that her kitchen battlefield had turned into a post-apocalyptic wasteland of breakfast dreams. Miss Mulberry's cookies suddenly seemed like the last beacon of hope in this carb-loaded apocalypse. While wallowing in her pancake defeat and enjoying her now exclusively cookie-based breakfast, Albertino's phone buzzed with a notification. It was a message from Tim John. Hey, Albertino, I just realized I left my laptop at home. Could you bring it to me at the office? I kinda need it to work. Thanks. Albertino stared at her phone, a mix of annoyance and disbelief crossing her face. Of course, she muttered to herself.
SB.
Saving the day is apparently part of the misinterpret. Yes, what's up?
You know, in the original draft, there was like a whole other paragraph and a half about the pancakes. we need the pancake director's cut, dude.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna get.
We need the pancake director's cut.
She took a last bite of Miss Mulberry's cookie, sighed, and reluctantly got up, thinking about how this wasn't exactly how she envisioned her day off. Albertino begrudgingly put on her metaphorical superhero cape, or rather her least stained hoodie, and prepared to embark on the unexpected mission to deliver Tim John's forgotten laptop. But as she stepped out into the hallway, she realized she had no idea where Tim John actually worked.
Bruh.
Ugh. I'm not reading chapter 3. My voice is tired.
Fair enough. That was pretty good,
I'm
actually.
excited for Meth Law's story.
Chapter 1 was really good, actually. I like chapter 1.
Everything, like, all jokes aside, it's not like it was bad.
No, I liked it.
It wasn't unpleasant to read.
Like, it's obviously not a perfect story, but, like, it's engaging enough that I didn't care. Like, I didn't care to hate it, you know?
Yeah.
I thoroughly erased the original drafts. Aww.
I knew this garbage.
I mean, if you cleaned it up and put a little bit more forethought into it, it could be honestly a mediocre story. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it could be fine. I'm no critic though.
I'm gonna give you Methlaw's creepypasta. He just sent it to me over Discord. Should I even read this one?
That's it?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure Fatso wrote it.
Methlaws. Or Fatseal, depending on who actually wrote this thing. I expected better from you. Baldozer wrote, like, 3 whole chapters of a story about pancakes, and you can barely manage a paragraph about something called a body manager.
Not to mention, I can't read Spanish.
I wrote it and put lots of effort. Oh, Fatseal's back. How convenient.
Fatseal, I'm like 90% sure you wrote this creepypasta for Methlaws. It's not even a creepypasta.
Alright.
Oh boy.
Fun. I'm gonna read this, then I'm gonna decide whether or not to read it out loud.
Okay. Just read it, it's short. Oh, can you read it again for me? SB's reading it, don't worry.
I'm looking at it. This sucks, dude.
Yeah, it does just kind of suck.
I was decided for chapter 4, I'd have to go back to chapters 2 and 3 and remove the things I didn't like.
Nah, you should add more pancake.
Yeah,
we need to talk about the pancakes.
We need more pancake lore.
Oh my god, why?
It's not worse than Family Die.
It's not worse. Family Die was
better.
So much funnier, dude. This one's just kind of gross.
Family Die was hilarious. This one is just like it's the same feeling you get when Fatseal insists on adding a Diddy party to the RPG for the
That's amazing. Good job, Methlaws. Thank you for the 5 bits, Methlaws. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. I'm gonna write a Oh, Fatsu's gonna write a creepypasta. Oh no.
Alright, try not to rush it too much. If it's as short as Methlaws' one, then I'm not going to...
No, but in all seriousness, Waldozer, that does sound like a relatively interesting story. Like, it's kind of cliched, obviously, and it's not like anything new, but like, it's just like a, a fun little nothing story. I liked it.
Yeah, it's fun. I beg you hate. I put so much effort and not even read because it's so short.
No, I'm not reading it because it's gross and weird.
I'm reading it because it's disgusting and bad.
Yeah, no.
On all fronts.
Like, it's not even formatted like a story. You literally made that paragraph in Discord. Or Fatseal, probably Fatseal.
Disgusting. How is it... Alright, I'll read the first sentence for you, just to illustrate my point. Push-ups noise. I'm not making the push-ups noise, but I can imagine how uncomfortable it would be if I did. Long ago, there was a small grease boy named Hayden. His skin was tiny, white.
That was written by Fatseal. That was 100% written by Fatseal.
Do you not understand yet, Methlaws? Having heard it in your earballs? Your earlobes? Creepypasta I sent. It's a top quality creepypasta.
Waldozer
did you send like a...
Oh my god, Game Boy Advanced SP Blue Edition creepypasta. It's from Reddit.
Oh my. No, well, we're not here for good ones, though. We're here to
read crappy ones, yeah.
That's kind of the point. I would never forgive you guys not even giving me a shot. I'm not gonna address that. It's not good in the traditional sense, but is it, like, funny? That's really what we're here for. Start reading it, you'll understand.
Okay. Alright, I'll send it to USB. I'll have your Earl of Cloves approved voice read this one.
Alright. Oh yeah, Earl of Cloves must be having a fucking field day with this one.
Yeah.
And that video you posted, 20 straight minutes of just me yapping.
I wonder if anybody's actually watched it. Let me check while you're doing that.
It all started 53 years ago, back when I was a fully grown little boy. Okay.
This is awesome already.
Strong opening line, a real hook. Let me take another sip of water, then...
This is strong.
No, this isn't too long. Alright.
No, it's actually not that long. It's not as long as Family Die. Family Die was 5,000 words, dude. I hated that.
Yeah, just give your vocal cords a break. I'll handle this. One day, while I was jumping through the street, I happened upon a large vehicle which clobbered me violently into a nearby window. After getting my bearings, I looked up to see a young boy with a Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition in his tiny little hands. I'd always dreamed of owning a Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition, but my family could barely even afford gold. He looked at me with those big, vibrating eyes. His two lower teeth quivered in confusion. "Mama," he said softly. This was my chance. I ran at him screaming and stomping my feet, scrambling his brain in sheer confusion. I shot him as hard as I could and grabbed his Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition, and I ran out the door. I leaped back down the street towards my home. I pulled open the door by its big, smelly handle, and I let myself in quietly. I snuck past my many parents and shut myself into my room.
Many parents.
Finally, a Game Boy Advance SP to call my own. I'll have to keep it hidden from my family. I should never allow them to know. I took the Game Boy SP in my small, beautiful hands and proceeded to slide the switch to on mode. I'll never forget that wonderful sound it made the first time I turned it on, and that wonderful Nintendo logo splashed my screen in sheer delight. I blew out my candle, and I pulled my curtain shut tight. I wanted absolutely nothing to get in the way of my first Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition experience. Suddenly, a small man appeared on screen. Shortly after, the word Mario started flashing behind him. I assume this man is the man known as Mario. I had seen adverts showing him on television. The title of the screen slowly lowered itself from the top of the screen. Super Mario, and the legend of the stolen Game Boy Advance SP Blue Edition.
Oh my god.
My heart sank as I noticed a dead pixel in the lower left region of the screen. Beggars can't be choosers, I thought to myself, however, and I pressed the start button with my finger. A vast landscape with clouds, bushes, and bricks appeared before my very eye. And there he was, the familiar Mario Man I'd grown to enjoy. I pushed the left on the left button. Mario himself dashed to the left. Dust between his silly brown shoes filled the air. Amazed by his speed, I quickly pushed right to test his turning abilities. I was not disappointed, as Mario changed direction in a matter of seconds. I learned the other button functions as I played. B allowed Mario to dash at high speeds, similar to my own. A allowed him to leap so high in the sky that I screamed in fear that perhaps, maybe, he wouldn't come back down. Yet he always did, which engaged me in the game world even further. I quickly grasped the concepts of jumping large gaps, avoiding enemies, and climbing a big flagpole at the end of each level. I got to the 4th level without much problems. I looked into a nearby mirror and smiled at myself with one eyebrow raised, and I said loudly, "Does this game think I am not good? I can handle anything it throws my way."
What?
Suddenly, the screen turned black, and I don't just mean black. I mean so black the screen looked like a big, deep hole. I said out loud, "Is this a hole I see before me?" And it echoed, like a hole. I wiped a large chunk of sweat from my flopping brow. That was weird, I thought in a big bubble next to my head. The level loaded, but this time it took a lot longer. Mario stood in place, so I pushed right, and he began running. I noticed the graphics were getting all jumbly. Also, the music was becoming less like Mario's theme. Da 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 da, and more garbled like. Oh. I was nearing the first gap of the stage to jump over. As I drew closer, I readied my sweating pink thumb over the A button. The gap was there. I pushed the button, but Mario didn't jump. He just screamed. Oh! I pushed left as far as I could, and he grounded to a halt right at the edge of the gap. I pushed A frantically and repeatedly to try and make him